All right, sorry about that. Right, so let me just run over the 4 steps again. Bring down the power. Bring down the power, differentiate inside the bracket, put back the bracket, and -1 current power. 3 by 2 is 6. I roll back the bracket and a -1. Are you okay with that? Try it here. Try it in here. Okay? Try that there, please. Right, Sahara, you in charge now, right? Make sure I record the class. So just check on the top left-hand corner and make sure it's live, right? Did you have to shoot everything school? You don't have to. I leave them with me, right? If I go downstairs, I wouldn't be able to record. I'll fix it this week. I'm moving out there. I went downstairs. Huh? Right? You all got it? Yeah? Remember, there are 2 techniques for this to be done, the chain rule and this, right? I want to show you about the chain rule for those who missed last week, right? Ready? Right, Malachi. Guide me here, please. Malachi, come on, do here, please.
Yeah, so if we have y1 fx, right? Then dy
just differentiate this man, boy.
then the full acceleration of planes over x. Right?
Go ahead, go ahead.
Now y1 fx, right? Then dy of dx is equal to dy of d2 multiplied by d1.
We're not using chain rules.
So it does say what we do chain rule. Yeah.
Peter's mouth, please. Help me differentiate this, please. Just follow the steps. Step 1 is what? So the power is, right? What's the next step? You got it. Oh, you are. Now you can talk. It doesn't matter. Very cool. What's the differential? 2x. Nice. Next step is what? Right back the. And then last step. -1 from, which is -1/2, right? Yeah? You can handle that? Yeah? 1/2 by 2 is, so it's 1 by 2x. 1/2 minus 1 is, right? But the problem is, did I give you the question with a half or with a root? So you have to give me it back with a. Somebody can help me out here. How to write this? Right, very good. 1 over the square root of 2x. That's okay? Because -1/2 means division, right? Correct? So if I take off the minus, it's the division here. Are you okay with that? Yeah? All right, nice. Let's continue some more differentiation. Anybody confused with differentiation? You all can handle this, or all the new people. You all can differentiate like 2x something online. Hello, okay there, Christian? Sorry, next question. Small channel. You can do that. All right, so here's what we're gonna do, right? I'm gonna give you something to differentiate, and you have to do it two ways, man. Chain rule and the shortcut method. Right? Because I want to go over the chain rule for the new people. Seven minus 2x all to the power of 4. Try that, please. Use both methods. For those who don't know the chain rule, leave it out. Just use the shortcut, right? Right? Do the chain rule as well. Chain rule now. Right, what do I do with this thing, boy? I can't even turn it around. Anybody never did tricks? Like sine, cosine, tan? All right, so first method, chain rule. Right, so for those who knew, chain rule is a technique used to differentiate things like this. But in order to use chain rule, you have to use this formula. dy dx is equal to dy du. So it means that we have to introduce a new variable called u. Okay, by du dx. If you look here, there is no u. So you have to introduce that new variable. And what do we let u equal to? Right. We generally let u equal to whatever in the brackets. Okay. So the bracket is 7 minus 2x. If I differentiate u with respect to x, I'll get this. This means u with respect to x. U with respect to x. So it will be du dx is equal to 7 minus, sorry. Du dx is what? The differential of 7 is, and the differential of minus 2x is minus. Right? Next part, we need to get dy du. Right? So if we let u equal to 7 minus 2x, we take off this and we write that as u. So this is really y is equal to u to the power of 4. That make any sense? So I'll make a substitution. So I'll substitute this here for this. Right? So now I have y is equal to u to the power of 4. And if I differentiate that, if I differentiate dy du, you will get, bring down the power, write back the u, minus 1 from 4, and you'll get 3. That's okay? So I have dy du, but I'm put that here. I have du dx, I'm gonna put that here. Okay? So therefore, dy dx is equal to dy du, that's this, 4u cubed, and du dx, which is minus 2. So that'll be minus 8u cubed. That's okay? But we're not done. Because we can't leave the answer for dy dx in terms of u. So what do? Substitute back u. So that's minus 8 by 7 minus 2x cubed. If I use the shortcut method now, right? If I use the shortcut method now, I'll end up with where is it here? If I use the shortcut method, 7 minus 2x to the power of 4, bring down the 4, differentiate 7 minus 2x, write back the bracket, and minus 1 from the power. So I'll get minus 8 by 7 minus 2x all cubed. All cubed. Okay with that? Okay there? Passing this, you drift away there. Try one more, please. Try that, please. Both way, Sorry. Right, so we are just switch downstairs from like from line. All right, then we're gonna try it, come on. Anybody? Somebody go on, anyone you want. You can any matter you want. Buddy? Right, this right? Then you can give it to anybody you want to. Can I do chain rule? Sure, sir. I'm gonna just fill it this way. Right, so you're doing the shortcut method, right? Online, anybody getting trouble? Christian, hello, okay? Ariana, Katrina. Oh yeah, I see answers, Katrina. Nice. Check back if power on one of them, right? Katrina, check if power on the last one. Okay. All right, so watch here, shortcut method. Shortcut method, bring down the power. Differentiate 3x squared minus 8. You'll get 2 by 3 is 6. 6x. Differential of minus 8 is 0. So the differential of in here is 6x. Then you write back the bracket and you minus 1 from the power. Are you okay with that? So we'll be left with 30x by 3x squared minus 8 to the power of 4. Any questions? Pete? Or you make a mistake? Yeah, Jaden, see you writing. Where you get wrong? You leave this out? The whole thing? So you say the chain rule on? All right, let's check out the chain rule. Let's check out chain rule, right? So U is equal to what? The part in the bracket, right? So U is equal to 3x squared minus 8. The differential of this is 6x. Y is equal to U to the power of 5. Right? And the differential of that is 5u to the power of 4. Okay? Okay with that? And then you come back here and you write 5u to the power of 4 multiplied by 6x. So that's 30x to the power of, well, u to the power of 4. So that'll be 30x by 3x squared minus 8 to the power of 4. All right. Okay, nice. Next thing we have to look at, one more rule called chain rule. I mean, product rule. Two more rules, sorry, product quotient rule. Okay. No, you don't take funny. Up the right. All right. Up to right there, good. Yeah. Right, you don't have to expand this earlier. You could write it up there. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You must be right. All right, next, let's take a look at product rule, right? We can do both rules today, but I'll show you one rule. Let's see if this working here, right? All right, so take a look here. What is going on? All right, so we're looking here, right? We're looking there. So today we want to take a look at something called product rule. Head up product rule, please. Product rule. Wait, you all didn't head up yet? Head up product rule. Right, I will show you the tricks. I'll show you the tricks next week, right? Right, we're going to miss some Monday this month for Republic Day. That's all right. I know, but I still get 5 this month, so that shouldn't be so bad. Differentiation, integration, and we start with all. All I got to do. I'll probably give all your tests that day. Huh? Online tests. And that's the nah. All right, so watch this here. Sometimes what you will end up with Croatia, right? Sometimes you're going to end up with something looking like this. Y is equal to U multiplied by B. So you're going to get two products. So it will look like this. Y is equal to 2x minus 1 by 5x minus 1 to the power of 4. You don't want to have to multiply this out, right? Where are you going? See the difference, Malachi? They go in the bakery and they ask if I want them. See the difference? Right. So sometimes what will happen is that if you'll get a product looking like that, and you don't want to have to expand that out. So what you do is you let one of them be U, and you let the next one be V, and then you use this formula here. dy dx is equal to U multiplied by dv dx plus V multiplied by du dx. Right? And by using that formula, the good thing is that thing they'll give you this in the formula sheet, as a front sheet in the exam, they'll give you this. Right? But you have to learn it for now. Right? So to differentiate something that looks like that, we use something called product rule. This here is your product rule. So once you identify it, being a product, you have to use a product rule. Right? There are two rules, product and quotient. Copy it down. And let's give it a try. I'm going to share it on the group.
Whoa.
Stop sending me them things, boy. Sorry, it'll be b to the power of 4 and you guys. So it's just right. I'm going to do this now. Hey, I'm try it. One. All right, so let's see, right? So u, what is u? Right, u is equal to 2x minus 1. Let's differentiate that and that'll give us du dx. What's the differential of 2x minus 1? 2. Anybody does not understand that? Online? And then b is what? B is 5x minus 1 to the power of 4. Don't forget that, right? B is 5x minus 1 to the 4. So, what's the differential of this?
No, sorry.
Right, bring down the power. Bring down the 4. Ariana, again, sure, online. Bring down the 4, then what? Differentiate 5x minus 1, which is? Then what? Then write back the bracket and then power. And then you put it in the formula. So that'll be 20 5x minus 1 cube. Huh? Say that again. Right, and then plug it in the formula to my place. Plug it in the formula.
He said you equals 12 minus 1. I see. Yeah, we try the same thing. I don't know. You have to stop the kill. Oh, you know.
Right? And then we're gonna plug it in, right? So remember the formula: dy dx is equal to u by dv dx plus v by du dx. Where's u? 2x. What was dv dx? 20 by 25 what? 3, nice. And then you write down v. V was what? 5x minus 1 to the power of 4. And then you write down du dx. Du dx is 2. Right. Everybody watch here now. Now for the hard part. Most people could differentiate, most people could plug it into the formula. But there's one more step, that is simplifying step. We have to simplify that. Okay? So we have to look and see what they both have in common. So I want some help. Look at this term and look at this term. What do those two terms have in common? Huh? 5x minus 1. But is it just 5x minus 1? Very good. They both have 5x minus 1 to the power of 3. So it means that I could factor out 5x minus 1 to the power of 3. What I'll be left on the left-hand side? I'll be left with 2x minus 1 by 20. So that's 20 by 2x minus 1. What would I be left with here?
Plus 5x minus 1.
Plus 5x minus 1 by 2. Very good. Okay. So that'll be 5x minus 1 cubed by 40x minus 20 plus 10x minus 2. So that'll be 5x minus 1 cubed by 40 plus 10 is 50 minus 20 minus 2 is minus 20. Now you stop. Right? Faith, go it over, yeah? Yeah, because 5x to the power of 4 is 5x minus 1 cubed multiplied by 5x minus 1 to the power 1. So if I were to take this off, I'll be left with this. See now? That's the hard thing in these. You have to be able to factor out. Yeah, go ahead. Go it over again. Right, so look at the black line. The black line is when you substitute all the differences in the formula. But the problem is that we could simplify that a little bit further. So you have to look at both terms. So you have to look here and see what they both have in common. That's okay? You have to see what they both have in common. So here you have 5x minus 1. Sorry, let's start here. Do they both have 2x minus 1? No. So I finish with that, right? Do they both have 20? No. Do they both have 5x minus 1? Yes. But to what power? Here's a cube, here's a 4. Right? How do we get to the power of 4? To the power of 4 is 3 plus 1. So we know that there's a cube in there. So I factor out the cubes and then I simplify it up. That's okay? You can try one now, don't worry. You will get. Copy it down. So to get the full marks, you have to write the part in blue. Copy down. Let's try one. Any questions online? Everybody okay there? Adelia, remember this ad master. Ariana, are you okay there? Christian, Barrow again, true? Anybody writing? Anybody writing, sir? Yeah, taking it off, right? All right, let's try one. X plus 1 by 3x minus 1 cube. Try that, please. Badly, I see the first step is to write this, right? Right? That's the first step there. The first step is to write it. The second step is to differentiate both of them. And the third step is to use the formula. Copy it up. You do it good. Try to simplify it, right? Try to go further and simplify it. All right, you want formula there? What? I wrote the wrong formula. dy dx product rule. So the product rule is b by this. So the formula is u dv dx. I wrote the wrong thing, right? U dv dx plus v du dx. What's up? Right, so u dv dx plus v du dx. That's okay. Right. So you have to plug it. You have to plug it in, right? So u is what? Oh, sorry. What's the differential of x plus 1? 1. The mirror, yeah. What's the differential of 3x minus 1? Just put it off, please. What's the differential of 3x minus 1 cube?
9 by 3x.
Bring down the power.
Oh, yeah.
Differential of 3x minus 1 is
3
put back the and minus 1 from the.
square.
So that would be what? 9 by 3x minus 1 squared. Shannon, you got that? And then you plug it in the formula, right? You plug it in the formula, right? So it's u by this, u by this. So if you write it like this, formula is always this. This by this plus this by this. Right? If you write it like you write it this way. So it will be u, which is x plus 1 by dv dx, which is 9 by 3x minus 1 squared. So it's this by this plus 3x minus 1 by 1. Okay? What they both have in common? What they both have in common? Okay with us? Coming up. So I write u and I write v, I differentiate this, I differentiate this. And then I took them and I put them in the formula. Working them separately and then putting it back in the formula. Right? Now for the hard part. What they both have in common?
3x minus 1 squared.
Nice. So they both have 3x minus 1 squared, right? Always go with the lower power, right? Here you will have 9 by x plus 1. 9 by x plus 1. And then this will give you 3x minus 1. Okay. Before you move on, multiply this by this and see if you're getting this. Correct? Multiply this by this and make sure you're getting back this. That's correct? Multiply this by this and make sure you're getting back this. Right? So before you move on, check and make sure you factorize properly. And then wrap it up. Here is 9x plus 1 plus 3x minus 1. The ones will cancel. And you'll get 3x minus 1 squared by 12x. Sorry, this is 9. Right, so I'll multiply it out. Anybody got up all the way there? Very good. Any questions? Those who didn't get it? Watch it again. So the differential of this by this, differential of this is this, differential of this is this. Right? The reason I chose this is because this function is in terms of u and v. So it's in terms of two other functions. Okay? So it's this multiplied by this. So I chose this as u and this as v. I differentiate this, I differentiate it. Okay? And then I plug them back into the formula. So I put u here. I put dv dx, which is this here. Then I need v, so I put v here, and I multiply it by du dx, which is that. Right? Then the hard step, you have to figure out what they both have in common. Yeah? Let's go again. You have enough time for one more? Come on. Last one, are we done? Try and simplify this one all the way down. All right, figure out 4 the other way. Try that in. Let's see what you got. Take your time and simplify it as far as you can go. Yeah. take your time and simplify it out, right? Ready? Let's check it out. Go ahead and just take it. I'll be use those things there. All right, so let's see if we got this. All right, last question before we wrap this up. So we know what U is, right? U is 2x minus 4, and we know what V is. V is 2 plus x to the power of 6. Okay? Right, sorry. So the differential of 2x minus 4 is 2. The differential here, bring down the power. The differential of 2 plus 1x, don't forget that's 1 earlier. The differential of 2 is 0, the differential of 1x is 1. Then write back the brackets and minus 1 for the power. Okay, so you'll be left with 6 by 2 plus x to the power of 5. Then plug it in the formula. 2x minus 4 dx is 6 by 2 plus x to the power of 5 plus v. V is x to the power of 6 and the du dx is right. Then come up here. What they both have in common?
2 plus x to the power 5.
2 plus x to the power 5. But they also have 2 in common. Okay, now? So you can leave it like that. You can leave it like that. It'll multiply. So when you take out 2 plus x to the power 5, you'll be left with 6 by this. Again, check it back and make sure, right? And then last part, next part is what? When you take out 2x plus 5 from that, you'll get 2 plus x to the power of 1 multiplied by 2. Right? Multiply it out. You'll get 2 plus x to the power of 5 by multiply this out. You'll get 12x minus 24 plus 4 plus 2x. So this is 2 plus x to the power of 5,
14x minus
12x plus 2, minus 24 plus 4. Right? Anybody got all the way? Got some more hands, right? Good. But you all got till here. Right? You all got till here. You get the whole thing? Very good. All right. Very good.